What's up, everybody? It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com. And I'm up very early making the video. I got up, I don't know, I just felt like I need to get up early today. I got up at, I think it was 4:30 in the morning, and then got into my office. I don't know, I'm just an early person. I don't need as much sleep. I like doing what I'm doing. I like getting information to everyone that wants it, and it's just something that I just like to do. Um, and I want that for you in your life, to get worries out of your mind when it comes to debt and credit so that you can have a clear mind and be able to uh, feel like you're living the life that you want to live. Well, I just got the new list, and I have on my glasses because there's so many that's on this list with the debt that's going to be sold into the market this month. We're talking about another release for the month of March. So let's start at the top. We got the cosmetic surgery for one particular company is $1.8 million. So the people that are going in and are getting the surgery to make themselves look better, they're not paying their bill. Uh, we got payday loans, $148,000. Another payday loan, $794,000. We have retail, mixed retail. These are the department store cards, $4.6 million. We got some more payday loans, $192,000. Now, credit card debt, $30 million. $30 million of credit card debt unpaid. We have some more credit card debt, $26.3 million. We have some more credit card debt, 1.7 million. We have retail debt, again with the retail credit cards, 2.76 million. More retail credit card debt, 2.9 million. I guess this is a smaller payday loan company. Just one company by itself, $18,000. I guess they just said, hey, we just give up on it. You try to collect it. We have some more mixed retail debt, $2.3 million. We have some second mortgages. It must be a small month on second mortgage. But this is probably where people got cash, small cash loans against their mortgages. $376,000. Yeah, it says average was $3,000. So this is where someone probably, people that got a loan against their mortgage. Those right there are going to be very hard. Those are going to have to be settled unless they come up with some good reasoning behind why they shouldn't have to pay them. We have some more mixed credit card debt. Department store. These are department stores was on these, 5.7 million. More with department store cards, 1.3, 1.2 million. Auto loan, 700,000. Auto loan, 1.3 million. Auto loans, 1.5 million. More mixed credit card debt with the department stores, 8.3 million. This one here is credit card debt, $59 million. $59 million. We have this one here, payday loan, 490,000. More credit card debt, $20 million. We have some type of installment. It's not really saying what that's for, but it's small in comparison to 268,000. More credit card, 1.8. More credit card, 16 million. This one here is another installment. Again, it doesn't say what it's for, but this adds on to what they had earlier. 242,000, 256,000. If you add that with what they had earlier, that makes them over 800, almost 700,000. More credit card debt, 24 million. More credit card debt, 86 million. Insufficient funds checks, $589,000. CashNet USA, $660,000. We see those commercials all over the place. More payday loans, 10,000. This is probably a small local company with this one. More credit card department stores, 1.4 million, 6.2 million. Major credit cards, 29 million. Department store cards, 973,000. We have payday loans, spot loans. That's an online credit card. Not credit card, payday loan place. 36,000. More. This one here, 616,000. This one here is payday loans. More payday loans, 858,000. Mixed credit card, again department store. The next three are all department store. 2.5 million department store, 9.2 million department store, 7.8 million department store. Spot loan, 58,000. Hardware store, Ace Hardware, 467,000. This is another one. Payday loans, 2.2 million. Credit card, 2.8 million. This one here says GE. Oh, this was Auto Repos, 3.8 million. More credit cards, 17 million. Payday loans, 2.9 million. It's a big one. Here's a school loan, 115,000, and I'm going to be going into that in another video today about these school loans. I'm going to look and see if this one was on the closed list. And then we got some more credit card, 4.499 million. We got some more credit card debt, 49 million. And to finish it off, we have more department store credit cards, 406,000 and $3.2 million. That's a lot of debt. And I told people that there's so much debt being released into the market. It's like, what are these companies doing? Are they just recycling and just letting the debt go and then starting over with people? Or, they must have their strategy on how they're doing this stuff, because these are high loads of debt. But you continually see advertisements from all of these types of companies to get more and more people into debt. We just live in a debt society, and I don't know how it's gonna all work out with the way that these numbers keep increasing. I mean, my list just keeps getting longer and longer. You can see on here, you can barely, I was able to get it all on one page this time, but it's a lot bigger type. But when I had to do it this time to get it on one page, I had to shrink it down just to get it on one page. It's unbelievable. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to sell the debt to debt collectors. And the next thing that they're going to do is that all of these debt collectors, what they're going to do is they're going to do a search in the credit files of all of these consumers that owe these debts. And then what they're going to do is they're going to see if they can find the current address. And what they usually do is they're going to try to see if the file is active, like if the person has anything that's that shows that they're working. And you can't just go off of that they have a job listed. You want to see that they're paying on some type of debts, or they're paying on their electric bill, paying on something, because they don't want to spend money to go after someone that's not going to pay. Then the next thing they have to do is to see if that debt was included in bankruptcy, which a lot of them don't actually do that. They'll try to send out the letter to try to get payment on these debts. And Sometimes people will pay them and they don't even know that if they included it in a bankruptcy that they don't have to pay this debt just because a debt collector bought it. It's in your if it's in your matrix, or you can even go back to your attorney and have them add it, update your matrix because it was a debt that you maybe just forgot about, or that you included it with one company but it was purchased by another and you need to update it to make sure that this company can't go after you. So there's always things that you can do, but you have to respond when you get that letter in the mail. You have to respond, and because these companies are buying the debt, you have a right to make them prove everything about why you, number one, should why you have to pay that debt, and number one, well, everything about you owning, you having that debt. Prove the paper trail of the contracts, original contracts, all of the charges, everything that shows that it is your debt. That's validation step number one. And then the next thing is you need to have them give you the contracts to show that you have a legal obligation to pay them. If you do that when you get the first letter, 99.9% of the time, these people are going to go away because they can't get that information because, and if they're buying it from one company, like everyone that buys from this company is actually buying it from another debt collector. So they're not even buying it from the original creditor. So they have to go through 2 steps to get back all of the documents that they need to even go after you. But this is how they get past it. If you don't respond to that letter, you give them legal standing in 2 ways. The first one is you didn't respond. So that's going to allow them to, number one, put it on your credit report because you didn't respond. And then number 2, you're going to give them the right to go to the next step, which is to do a summons to get you to come into court. And most people don't respond to the summons. They don't go to court. They end up getting a default judgment. And then this whole thing just blows up out of proportion when it could have been stopped at the beginning. So that's what you have to watch out for, is when they're going to send that letter and you need to validate that, number one, I want all of the records about this debt. Don't say that you owe it. Just say I want everything showing that I signed for this debt, from the original contract, all of the charges, everything, if it's a credit card. Next, you want paperwork showing that they own the debt, or are they assigned the debt. Like, how, prove to me that I have to pay you for this debt. You want them to do that, and you don't want it to go any further than that. If you do this, it won't go any further than that. Now, another thing that came to mind while I'm sitting here looking at this, the first thing you should do also is one of the things you should do at this point is to look at the statute of limitations pertaining to debt in your state. I'm sitting here looking at this list, and there's plenty, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, 24 of the debts that's on here that is being sold is past the statute of limitations of more than 7 years. Almost every state has 7 years. Some states are a little bit higher, only a few, but my state is 7 years. If I had one of these debts and they came after me, and they haven't been actively coming after me since that origination of that charge off, this company would not legally have any legal standing to collect the debt unless I do something wrong and restart the process. What can you do wrong to restart the process is, number one, be recorded saying that you're negotiating for the debt. Number 2 is to pay a $1 or $10 payment. You start the whole process over again. That's why a lot of the companies say, can you pay something? Don't pay anything. Get all of the information. Make them prove everything. And then if you get to that point, then you can look at doing a settlement if everything is proven. So looking at all of these, and a majority of these that are on here, if they make it past next year, they're going to eat. They're going to be in that statute of limitation. There are some states that have 2, 3. Well, I won't say 2, but from my memory, I've seen states that only have 3 years. If a creditor doesn't contact you within 3 years, they have no legal right to collect the debt unless you start the process all over again. So if you need any help with your credit, or you need information, or if you have a question, post it below. Also, I want to start asking you to subscribe to my page. If you're watching this, please subscribe to it and tell your friends and family about it, because I want to get more subscribers to tell people about how they can get out of debt, how they can deal with debt collectors, how they can repair their credit. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen Williams, founder and president of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.